Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Bulletin Board Heroes here on Share Talk on Thursday, the 28th of June. Starting off with ARC Minerals, and you can see that had a nice bounce earlier in the week off effectively what was former resistance in November, just around the 3.5 pence area, and a good reaction since then. Looking for 5.5 pence as we were the last time we looked at the shares, and that's about while we hold above around the 4 pence area. Next up, Aortech, which was rather late on this, but obviously it doesn't matter too much now because has broken out quite nicely. And also we might be in a situation where, as I mentioned before, we hit the top of this December rising trend channel up to 80 pence. We've peaked so far around, 58, so it looks as though there could be some decent momentum for the situation, only back below 45. And the top of that resistance line from December would delay or question the ongoing bull scenario. Onto a stock which is another sort of half lap of honour, I suppose. It's moved quite well over the last few days, Innovaderma. Here you can see that suspicions that the shares were going to break through the 50-day average proved to be correct. Main resistance now really around the 130 zone, so I suppose we want to see the stock through the 132, 133 level on an end-of-day close basis, or preferably an end-of-week basis, and that would then open up the prospect of a retest of May resistance and the 200-day line at 189. Stop loss at the moment quite convenient, I think, really an end-of-day close back below the 50-day moving average at £1.16. Another stock which has behaved itself this week is Infrastrata. Here you can see that we had that tentative push through the 200-day moving average, which is what alerted us to something going on. Now all we're waiting for is an end-of-day close above 0.5 pence, which is post-May resistance, to lead us back up to 0.7. Stop loss at the moment back below 0.45, which was the initial June resistance. Koovs was a good performer the last time it was highlighted, which was I think just around the time it bounced off the 50-day moving average. It's now bounced off the actually just above the 200-day line, which is normally a good buy signal, and above that feature at 16 pence or just under 17 pence. The target here as high as 30 pence at that broadening triangle top from March. Premier African is also in focus at the moment, so we've got a lot of volume and trades going on there. Intriguing breakout here from this falling wedge, I suppose it is really, converging triangle, breaking the 50-day moving average at 0.15 and pushing on higher. We did briefly touch the 200-day moving average, which was the target ahead of the breakout, and we're looking to a retest of the 200-day line at 0.25 over the next few sessions. Hopefully we'll be able to sustain it rather better on the second time around. Stock which gave bulls a bit of a disappointment last month, Serica Energy, it looks as though it's having another go at reviving itself. Probably what we want to see now after the bounce off this falling December support line at 56 pence is an end-of-day close or a weekly close back above the 200-day moving average at 60.7 pence. RSI getting back above the neutral 50 level versus 41 at the moment would also be rather helpful and set us up for at least a push towards the 50-day line at 69 pence. Finishing off with a bit of fun, and that comes in the form of UKOG. Here, it looks like we're being asked to believe the unbelievable in the sense that this breakout from this falling wedge will actually be a bullish setup. Yesterday I was talking about trying to break and hold above the 50-day moving average at 1.41 pence. Looks like we've done that quite nicely and broken through the 1.5 pence resistance barrier, which has basically been in place since the beginning of last month. We can dare to dream of a target towards 2 pence here, even if this is only a brief interruption in the breakdown that we've seen over recent months. That's it from me. More updates at the same time tomorrow.